Hello, my name is Jan. In this video tutorial, I'm going to explain to you why it is important for us to log some information every time we create a report by using a database. So in this case, my database is Microsoft Access, so it could be any database. And I have created some reports, 3 reports here, based on queries. Now, each report using individual query. Okay. And displays the basically data in a report format. Now, so here I've got a Word document which will allow me to basically log the information about the report. So therefore, I will be able to explain to the client the purpose I created this report and why I created it. So the first thing we need to do is basically put the report title. So the first report I'm going to discuss is that one here. I'm just going to click rename. Let's close both reports. I'm just going to right click here, rename, so I can actually copy the exact name of this report. I'm just going to replace this text. And I'm going to do the same for the next report. So I'm going to right click rename and then right click copy and then paste the title. You can always type the title manually by using your keyboard. Now, the first thing I need to do now is basically concentrate on these questions. So I'm just going to press the enter key a couple times after each question, just to give enough gap so I can actually discuss the topic. And here's another question. Here's another question. Here's another question. Here's another question. And here's another question. Here's another question. And that's it. Okay. So I'm just going to demonstrate this on this first report, and then you can follow the same process to basically complete the second report. Okay. The first report I'm going to discuss is going to be the customer from a particular postcode. So this particular postcode belongs to Scotland. So if I actually go here and scroll here to the town, sorry, to the county, Scotland. Okay. So now when you study the information in your first report, what conclusions can be drawn? So here I could put something along the lines, in this report I can actually see all the clients which they live in a specific postcode. So the report will allow me to see all the clients who live in this particular postcode, and I could also see their addresses, etc., etc. Now, the telephone number, the county, the town, it's the first name, the telephone numbers, etc., etc. So you need to include all this information. Okay. Write them down. How valid are the conclusions? So this report will allow the company to make serious decisions in regards to these people who live in this particular postcode. An example would be, say for instance, you have a lorry driver which basically drives the lorry from London to Scotland, and the lorry is only half full. So by actually running this report, you could actually say, okay, I can actually find out all the customers we have in this particular postcode. So therefore, we can actually contact them before the lorry driver set off from London. We can contact all the customers and offer them free delivery if they order products now. And I will receive them immediately within the next 24 hours. So by doing this, both the client will be happy and the company will be happy because the company will make profit. So basically, this is what you write in here. Is the report over a long enough time period? So this will not be applicable for this. So I can actually delete that. Okay. Does it include enough information? Yes, it includes all the information I need. It includes if the client is a is a Mr. or a doctor or a Miss or a Ms, etc., etc. It includes the full name. It includes the company name. Includes a telephone number and a mobile number for this person. Includes the address, the town, the county, and the postcode. So this is what you basically type in here. And then you follow in, so let's say yes, sorry, instead of yes, the information on this report is okay, is valid as well as is enough due to the fact that it contains all the necessary information we need to contact the client, something along the lines. Are there any other factors that might affect the validity of the conclusions that should be taken into account? Okay, so here you could put something along the lines, the validity of this report is depending on the query. Okay, because if somebody tampered with the query, if somebody changed the query, so if I go here, say for instance to the customers on particular postcode, if somebody goes to the query and put, say for instance, accidentally a full stop in between the postcode and save, let's close everything, and then somebody tried to run this report, they won't be able to receive any data because there's a dot on the query. So if the query changes, what we'll try to say is this: if the query changes, then the validity of the data basically may not be valid, no longer valid. Okay, so let's put it back the way it was. Close all. Yes. So now let's run the report so we have the data there. So this is what you put here. So once you finish this section with the questions, okay, you basically remove the questions. And when you read through your information, the paragraph should make sense. One or couple paragraphs basically should make sense. Then we're moving on to how accurate the information is. Okay, so you can say, okay, the information is 100% accurate because I've tested based on the small amount of records. So I can see here that I've got 3 clients here who basically live in IO12. So I could actually go here to the customer table and I could actually find another customer there who is now living in IO12. So I'm just going to change that to IO12. Oops. IO12. So now if I save this and close this table and refresh the data, as soon as I refresh the data, I should receive 4 records. Okay, which is correct. So I've got 4 records now. So this means that the data of my query is 100% accurate. Okay, and this data from the query is displayed as a report in a professional manner. So here you could say something along the lines, after testing the query for a validity, I can confirm that the data displayed is absolutely 100% correct. Okay, what factors might have affected its accuracy? If somebody basically messes about with the query structure, so if somebody goes to the design view, this somebody might actually damage the criteria, put fiddle and put the wrong criteria there, and as a result the data will not show accurately. So this is what you need to put there to avoid something like this of happening. What the database developer need to do once they have finished editing the queries and the reports. They could actually hide the bar here, so therefore people cannot actually edit, no longer edit. So if you password protect that, then you can actually disable this button so people can actually not see it, only the administrators. So this is what you can put along these lines here. And then, as I did above, you deleting the headers. Further down, how relevant to the company's management is your report. So definitely this report is relevant to the company because this company basically delivers large amount of ice cream in this case to all around UK. So therefore, if they identify particular postcodes that their customers live in, then they will be able to, like I gave you the example before, to supply the customers with the products by not charge them any fees for the delivery. How important will your findings be to the company? So it's very important because by actually having this report in place, okay, this query and this report in place, it, like I said before, it will allow the company to improve their profits. Because if the customers might actually put off by the amount of charges for delivery charges, the customers are getting charged. So if the company actually contact the customer and say, actually, you can have the ice cream usually ordering, next month or by the end of the month, you can have it now. Therefore, you will not have to pay the additional charges for the postages, for the delivery. So hopefully then, by the time the customers receive more products, the customer will be able to sell these products by the end of the month. So therefore, the customer will still be able to order again, place another order again by the end of the month. So the company will make more profit. Again, you can put this something like along these lines. So basically, you're creating the scenarios based on the company that you're dealing with and based on the report that you have produced. And again, like we did before, we can actually delete the headers. Lastly, explain in details what the purpose of the report is. Why might be is required. So here you can put something along the lines. The purpose of this report is to identify customers who live in a particular area. This will enable the client to actually offer free deliveries. Or you can think of something else. By offering free deliveries, the customer will be able to actually receive something for a lot cheaper, and the client will be able to actually improve their sales. How would it be used? Okay, like I said before, it will be used to improve the sales by actually offering the clients free delivery if the first customer or the second customer basically requests the delivery. So instead of actually the company sending a small van, okay, they can send a big lorry. So they're still using a single driver. This will reduce the amount of expenses, the expenditure from the client's perspective, and they profit as well by actually offering free delivery, and as a result, the client will hopefully place a bigger order. What kind of decisions may the recipient make on the basis of this information? So the decisions, like I've mentioned before, will be made by the recipient is the fact that he or she will not pay delivery charges. And most of the times delivery charges, are something that put people off. And this is what you need to talk about. Once you finish this, like you did above, delete basically the headers. By following the same process, you're going to follow the same process to actually complete the second report by talking about the second report in detail and explain about these keywords: valid, accurate, relevant, and the purpose. So this is an evaluation of a report. Hope you learned something new today. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.